Our daughter, Allison, is an aspiring singer and has been taking voice lessons for the past year. One night, my wife saw they had a karaoke night and asked Allison if she wanted to try. She said yes, and she chose Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, one of the songs she studied with her teacher. Instead of our advice to leave it all on the stage, she instead clammed up and mumbled her way through the song. Nothing like what she can do. I was really disappointed in her that she decided to take the cowardly route, that's a very strong word, and backed out of giving a full performance. Next morning, things were kind of tense in the air. She had to go stand on our room's balcony and sing a song, facing away from us, facing the ocean. So later, we found out that the cruise also hosts a talent show, so we recommended it for Allison to try it again, this time an opera song. She said yes, but I want to make sure I'm not the a-hole.
There you are.
Really?
The parents, unbelievable, aren't they?
Oh my God.
If she wants to sing and she goes on stage and then is nervous and can't perform, I mean, you are not like putting pressure on her.
Hey Voxstar, and welcome to From Singer to Artist. I'm Lara Chapman, award-winning singer and songwriter turned viral vocal coach and the host of this show. At VoxTape Studios, we help singers from all over the world level up their voices by teaching them the 3 fundamental skills all singers need: technique, awareness, and artistry. Whether you're looking to go pro or just develop your voice for fun, my team and I are here to help. Check the link in the description to book your first session or grab some of our other resources. Alrighty, are you ready? Let's get started. Welcome to my parents' living room. I have Bobby Christian Mueller here with me today. Hello, Dad.
Hi, Lara. Hi, Lara.
How are you?
Oh, I'm perfectly fine when you're coming home.
I know.
Once in a while. Huh?
I know. It's been a while. It's been, I think, over 6 months since I was home last Christmas.
Christmas, yeah. It's
Yes.
quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we met in Indy, actually.
Yeah, in the
April.
spring.
Yeah, in spring. So, but it's a long time. It's a long time. And we
Yeah.
miss you, of course.
Oh, I miss you too. And that's why I came.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back in just a couple weeks again because my brother's expecting another baby. He's so excited to meet the little baby. But that's still a couple weeks away. But today we are here in Blumenstein, or as we like to call it as well, Flowerstone, because that literally is the name of our town, just translated from German into English, Flowerstone. And I grew up in this house. I spent my entire life here, literally from birth. I mean, I was born in the hospital, but after that, from birth till 18, till I moved to New York.
Exactly. So that's the only home you have had
Yeah.
before you moved to the US.
Yeah.
And we are still here. I mean, it's what? How many years
Over
later?
30 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still here 30 years
Yeah,
later.
30 years later, we are still here. We still love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's still our place to be. Huh? And we have no intention at all to move out of this house. And hopefully we can give it to our kids one day.
Oh, you keep it. You stay alive forever, so you keep it. But though, what I wanted to talk to you today about is talent shows, because you and I have had some experience together as far as talent shows goes, where you drove me to Germany, you helped me prepare for other talent shows as well. And so I was like, oh, perfect, because we're in Switzerland and all these talent shows happened here. I don't think I participated in any talent shows when I was abroad. No. Just contests, like songwriting contests, but not like singing talent shows. And so what we have today for you is discussing our experience as, as the contestant myself, and for my dad, your experience, supporting your kid through contests, singing contests, as well as we'll look at some stories from other parents sharing their experience with their kids and their talent show experiences, and when it was not so great, and maybe you have some advice from a parent's point of view, what they could have done better. But do you remember the first talent show that I participated in?
Absolutely. I think you were still in school, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know which grade it was, huh?
I think I was 12. I remember being 12.
12, okay. Yeah, I remember that very well, huh? And with 12, girls are dreaming, huh?
Yeah. Very much
Of
so.
course, they're dreaming to become pop stars one day. And I mean, if it would have been for you only, I don't think we would have made that trip to Germany, very frankly.
Yeah.
I think you were like 3 from your class at that time.
Yeah.
1 boy and 2 girls. And so together with actually my dad,
Yes.
your
Grandpa
grandfather,
joined.
we made it a kind of a family trip to Germany. Early in the morning out, and then in the evening back home. So it was not too far of a drive. So that was all manageable. And I mean, it was a fun trip.
It was.
I think it was a loud trip in the car.
Yeah.
In the car, lots of singing and lots of bragging and
of
having
course.
fun.
I'm sure. Did we already do a lot of singing driving there? Or
Yeah.
on the way back?
You did. Of course, you did singing on the way there. And of course, you started talking about the next step already before you even qualified. I mean,
Spoiler alert, there was never a second step. We never made it, any of us.
No, any of you made it. And I think it was, I mean, for me, it was the first time I have seen anything like that. I mean, with your brother, we went to kart races all the time, every weekend, and I was very familiar with the whole racing scene and everything. And then, of course, for me and for also my father, it was like giving something to you. Because we did so much for your brother, so we wanted to do something for you as well, and like fulfill your dream. And the most important thing we did, or tried to do at least on that trip in the car, was expectation management.
Oh, I don't remember this.
Management.
What did you do? What did you tell us?
Because, I mean, of course, girls have big dreams, and they are flying very, very high. And in the car, you were all like up here.
I'm sure.
I mean, and so we tried to do some expectation management and prepare you for like the time when the judges are coming out and tell you out,
Yeah.
which is most likely to happen anyway, because you were like really, I think you were just the first age group which was able to go to that contest.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's possible, yeah.
Yeah. The smaller ones were not even allowed, or the younger ones. And so we tried to manage your expectations and prepare you for the time in the afternoon when the judge is coming out. And that was like our main job during that drive. Of course, also entertain you, and fortunately we didn't sing with you.
Yeah.
It can be pretty harsh for 12-year-old kids when they like dreaming high, and then the dream just plop, it's just gone. When the judge says out.
Yeah.
So that was more the job we have had there.
Yeah.
And I mean, me as a father, and even my father, we had like no expectations at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew this is like not impossible, but kind of impossible.
Very unlikely.
Yeah,
yes,
very
unlikely. Because
unlikely.
it was, the show was called the Supertalent for Germany, the Super Talent, literally. Very easy translation. And it was an open call, meaning you did not have to send in a video before or anything. Like, you just filled out a piece of paper. Did we pay?
I'm sure we have paid, because that's like their business model, Have as many kids as possible there.
Yeah.
Auditioning.
Maybe like $20. Like it would have been something really cheap.
Yeah, it was cheap. And but of course, it's part of the business model of the show as well.
I honestly don't remember that. So don't quote us on this. But we just basically filled out a piece of paper. Maybe we paid a little bit of an entry fee. And then we just drove to Germany, got there in the morning, and just waited around. Like, and in my brain, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna see, the celebrity judges that you have on these shows. That's not how that works. You just go to a huge building where they have a big waiting room. I remember the big waiting room, and then they would have you put, like, they would put you into groups essentially, and then they would take the group like to the elevator and to some room where one after each other, we went into the room and we sang our stuff for people nobody knows. Not the famous judges that you see on TV. Those are just people that apparently have something to do with music. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't be there. But I definitely didn't know them. My friends didn't know them. And we would sing for them. And then we would go back into the waiting room and wait for some like hours. We were waiting for hours. Before we were singing, we were waiting. And after we were singing, we were waiting. And I remember like in the room, I was like, man, like they're not even really looking at me. They don't really care that much. And I already knew after that, I was like, oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. And I also saw that when they found someone that they really liked, they would pretty much immediately take them to the next round already. Mm-hmm. And they didn't do that with any of us, like all three of us. That didn't happen. And so we were waiting and waiting and waiting. And I remember contemplating together with you and Grandpa as well, like, do we just leave because we still have to drive home to Switzerland? Like, should we just go because it's probably not happening? But I think we did end up sticking around. And then they were like, you, and you stay. Everybody else can leave. I remember
exactly.
That. Yeah,
exactly. We were waiting. I mean, we discussed it. I was convinced that it was out because all of you guys, you came out of this room and you said, oh, I only had like 20 seconds of singing or 30 seconds of singing.
Yeah.
They didn't even listen to me really.
Yeah.
It was just poof, 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 like one after the other, getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. I mean,
yeah. It very much feels like a factory, right? Like I just have to listen to all these people. I don't want to really be here and listen to them, but they all, came here, paid an entry fee, maybe not, and now we have to listen to these people. But it's very much like they know within the first second of you opening your mouth whether you're going to be it or not.
Whether you fit the mold they are looking for and all that stuff. And so, no, it was like, I mean, it was a business there for them, just pushing people through. And I don't remember how many there were, but it was hundreds and hundreds of kids.
Oh, yeah.
It was a big school complex. And I mean, they used all the classrooms and everything.
Oh, was it a school?
Yeah,
That's
it was a school complex.
It
was a huge school complex where they hold this audition, if you can call it audition, this selection process.
Yeah.
Because that was it more than anything else. I mean, you did not even have a chance to like really sing in my point of view. No. In my point of view, I mean, in 20 seconds, you can't really show what you can.
No, but a lot of times it's like, all right, that's all I need. If you can't deliver it in 20 seconds, bye. And you see that a lot in musical theater auditions where you get a 16-bar cut or maybe even just an 8-bar cut. And that is literally like 15 seconds. Okay. And that's all the time you get. And from there on out, they decide if they want to see you again or not. It's very common that you just get a couple seconds and that's it. So it's important that you pick the right song and the right part of a song that showcases what you can do. I was singing a Leona Lewis song. I think I was singing Run. I want to run to you. Something like that. I think it was that. Or maybe it was Footprints in the Sand. I don't remember. But it was a Leona Lewis song. I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also remember in the waiting room, there were like other kids singing. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do this too. And I met like this German girl, whatever. And I was like singing with her. And the room got quiet and they were listening. And I was like, oh yeah. I totally got this. I did not got this, but it's okay. Yeah.
No, it was okay. And then, I mean, surprisingly enough, in the car back home, it was not like quiet and the sad
depression,
whatever. Yeah. No, I think it was. We still had fun driving home.
Yeah. I think it was overall a good experience and not the world came crumbling down, right?
Exactly. I think for the boy, it was like the most disappointing thing.
Oh, for Kreshnik, shout out to Kreshnik. I hope you're good. It was actually Kreshnik and Krenate, they're siblings.
Yeah.
And I was in class with the boy and his sister was a little bit younger.
Yeah. Exactly. For him, I think it was the most disappointing thing, huh?
Really?
Yeah, he was quiet for a while, huh? He was sad. But I think the others, I mean, you were still happy, huh? The way you are today. I think the expectation management worked.
Yes, you did a good job apparently with that.
With you, with him apparently not. But I mean, after a couple hours or so, he was fine as well. Yeah. I mean, it was an experience, not more and not less than that.
Pretty much. Yeah. It was. I think overall it was a good experience, even though we didn't get the result that we wanted. I think maybe you were even a little bit like, whew, now I don't have to go to Germany back and forth all the time.
Exactly. I mean, really, it was like that. Huh?
Yeah, a little relief. Like
it was a little relief because I mean, we only did it for you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We did it for you and for me. I mean, Personally, I'm not a fan of those shows. Huh? I mean,
no.
I'm never watching the shows. Huh?
Yeah.
I think they're still going on TV, but I mean, our TV is here for sports mainly and for news.
For Tour de France and Nico's races.
Exactly. And not much more than that. Huh? So, I'm not at all in those... into those talent shows and all that stuff, like the Saturday evening shows or Friday evening shows. That's not my kind of TV experience I'm looking for. Huh?
Yeah. I honestly don't watch it either anymore, but I was watching it religiously when I was still here. And
exactly. That's when the TV was on all the time, and there was like a Tuesday night session or whatsoever.
Yeah.
Couple times a week. I remember those times, and sometimes we watched together. Yeah.
And we would all give our opinions, and you and I opinions would never be the same. You'd be like, oh, that was good. And like, I don't see what they see in this person. I don't like them. And I'm like, oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. They're so good. We never had the same opinion.
Never.
Which is so
but
funny.
I have to admit that, I mean, I have like no feeling for music at all, huh?
Well, but see, like you underestimate most people that consume music are not trained in music. So it is important that, you know, whatever we deliver works for everybody. I mean, not for everybody in the sense everybody's going to like it, because that's just not the reality. Everybody has a different taste, right? But you don't create music just for people that are trained in music, unless that's your thing, then you can totally do that. But, you know, the average person that listens to it is like you, not trained in music. So.
Yeah, probably so, huh? And from the untrained people, I'm really one of the bad ones. Because usually I don't get the words. Yeah. I mean, that's what drives me crazy, huh? I mean, after listening to a song, you can like repeat the words and everything. And I cannot even differentiate the music from the words sometimes.
Yeah, like understanding the lyrics.
Understanding the lyrics. My hearing is really bad. Maybe too much go-karting noise and so.
I struggle with it too, though. It's like if I read the lyrics, I'm good, and then I can understand them once I know what they are. Yeah. But if I don't know and I've never read the lyrics, it's really hard. I really have to concentrate because I don't really listen to the words anyways. I listen to the melodies and the tones, like the different sounds that they are creating, much more so than the words.
Yeah, that's my style too, huh? So, and then when you have motor sound, I mean, that's the easiest sound for me, and I like that the most. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. Well, now we know where Nico got it from. But okay, so that was the first experience, the Supertalent. And then, I like I said, I think I was like 12, 13. No, hold on. I already was taking voice lessons. So, and I didn't start until I was almost 13. So I must have been at least 13, if not almost 14 at that point. I think
you were at least 14, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
When you went to Zurich.
No, for the Supertalent, because I was already taking voice lessons.
Okay.
In Zurich. So that was, I think I took a long break after that, and I didn't do any other competitions or anything like that. But there was The Voice. I think, you know, if you're into singing, maybe you've seen like all these different talent shows, but we had the Voice of Switzerland here in Switzerland as well. And it didn't run for very long, though. I think it only ran for a couple seasons, and then it stopped again. But I auditioned for that, and I was in high school. Was I a junior or a senior? Either second to last or last year, something like that. And that was a very different system, because it was not an open call where everybody went to the same place and you were waiting for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. It was online. I was sending in a video.
Exactly.
That was the first
application,
round.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then from there on out, they would already disqualify people or let people come to the second round. And you didn't have to drive me anywhere.
No.
I could just shoot the video from home. And I actually did get into that next round. And that's when I had to go to Zurich to audition in person. And I took the train. So you didn't even have to drive me to Zurich.
Yes, I remember very well.
Do you remember at all, like, what made me want to do The Voice? Like, what, like, I don't remember.
No, I think there was no specific reason. Huh? I mean, you were singing all your life, huh? And it was just an opportunity. I don't remember if there was another girl from your school applying for it as well. Huh?
But I didn't know that until later.
And you didn't know that until later, yeah. But, I mean, in your school, I mean, singing was a high priority, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so so it just happened, and it was like publicly announced. It was not just for insider that the Voice of Switzerland is auditioning. Huh? So I think you just saw it, and then you said, okay, why not? Huh?
Yeah.
Nothing to lose. Huh? And I mean, one bad experience doesn't mean anything. Huh?
Absolutely.
I mean, get up and try again. Huh? That's usually what you have to do in life anyway. So yeah, you were confident and happy, and you went there, huh?
Yeah.
After you got through this first round, huh, with your video. Huh?
Yes. So I went there in person, and I sang, and all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees.
And I remember you preparing, because the second round was actually that they sent you a song. Huh?
That was the third round.
Was that the third round?
That was the third round. I made it. Three rounds in, baby. 3 rounds. So first round is video. You send in a video and you pick what you want to sing. Second round, you still pick what you want to sing, but now it's in person.
Yeah.
And I was singing All That Jazz from the musical Chicago. And I think my second song was Summertime and the Living is Easy, which Leona Lewis sang a version of that song when she was on a talent show, I think X Factor in England. I think she did X Factor. And so I had those 2 songs prepared. And then they liked it and they invited me back. But they called us, and that's when they were like, alrighty, you have to sing this song now, which was Journey. Don't stop believing. It was that song. And because this was my fault. Okay, so this was totally my fault. And I didn't realize this back then. But they were branding me as the musical theater girl. It's just not on there. Yeah, okay. They were branding me as the musical theater girl because, obviously, I was singing a musical theater song, or actually 2, because Summertime is originally from Porgy and Bess, which is another musical. So I was singing 2 musical theater songs in my second round of auditions in person. And so, of course, they were going to brand me as the musical theater girl. So they wanted me to sing the Glee version. So Glee, I didn't know this. I didn't watch Glee, but Glee is like a musical theater-ish kind of like TV show. And they told me, prepare Don't Stop Believing by Journey. And I was like, all right, cool. And so I prepared that song. And when I then went back to Zurich for that third round to sing my song, I was like, all right, they asked me like, oh yeah, you're the one who has Don't Stop Believing from Glee, right? And I was like, I have Don't Stop Believing by Journey. I don't know what Glee is. And they were like, you were supposed to prepare the Glee version of the song. And I was like, I don't even know what Glee is. I don't know what you're asking me to do. And so they were already annoyed. And it wasn't even necessarily my fault, because they just told me, prepare that song. And I prepared the song, but I prepared the wrong version.
Yeah, but I think also that this was very unprofessional from the guys. I mean, you should be precise when you tell somebody, and that's always in life, if you are not clear with what you ask people to do, then the result can be something else than what you expect.
Yeah.
And it was exactly the case. So, I mean, I was disappointed with you, because with you.
For you.
For you, yeah.
Okay.
I was disappointed for you as well, because, I mean, we were sitting at the table when the phone call came.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, you did everything right. Of course, you didn't ask a second time because they never told you the version of Glee.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if I ask my people to do something in the company, I'm responsible for the outcome if I'm not really telling them precisely what they have to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, and at that point too, like it's still the same song. I still prepared the right song.
Yeah.
The chords were still the same for the guy that was accompanying me there. So like, what's the big deal? But it didn't fit their musical theater branding that they wanted to do for me.
Yeah.
And so then I was out. But at that point, because this was the last round, before the blind auditions. So this is the last round that's happening behind the scenes before what you see what's happening on TV, right?
Yeah.
And do you remember they sent me like a contract like this thick? I already had to like read through everything and already signed the contract. Just, in case you make it through, they want to be prepared and not, run after contracts and things like that. And we even had my uncle Hans, he was even helping like read through the contract to see, is this okay to sign? And you were obviously helping me. And so, we had everything figured out. And then the big like letdown of like, oh man, now I'm not even, and it's not even my fault, right? Now it is my fault that I sang musical theater songs and I did not want to be branded as the musical theater kid, but see, you learn. But you have to make these experiences to learn that. Like, how else would I have known that had I never done something like this, right? And then the girl that you were talking about, who was also in my high school, her name is Veronica Fusaro, and she now has a really great career. And she did actually make it to the blinds, and she made it pretty far in the show. Yeah, she didn't win, but she made it pretty far in the show. And obviously I was super jealous, right? Like the girl in my high school that's a year younger than me, right? So she was a junior, I was a senior or whatever. And obviously I was jealous, but also very happy for her to see how she was, making a lot of progress in the show.
Yeah. I didn't really feel the jealousy, what do you call it?
Jealousy?
Jealousy.
Yeah. I try to not show it. It doesn't mean I'm not feeling it.
I didn't really feel that, very frankly,
Yeah.
Because you were always telling how great she is and how good she does and all that. So I didn't really feel that.
And I truly believe
jealousy.
That as well.
Yeah, I didn't feel
but
the
I was
jealousy,
still a
but
jealous.
maybe a little bit you can be jealous. Yeah. What the heck? I think that's also normal. Huh?
Yeah. Because you're like, I was so close to this. I wanted that too. But that's okay.
That's okay.
That's life.
That's
literally life.
Yeah.
But
I think your disappointment wasn't like too bad overall after that show either, huh?
No,
I don't think so, huh?
Because life goes on.
Life goes on, and I mean, it's you. The chances are small that you make it to the next round anyway, huh?
And even if you win the show,
it doesn't mean anything.
It still doesn't mean anything because guess what? In a couple months, the show starts again, and you're already old news.
Yeah.
Schnee von gestern, snow from yesterday, is our expression. Like news, like
old
whatever.
News.
Old news is snow from yesterday. Schnee von gestern.
Exactly.
So it's not like I was either going to have a career or not.
No,
it was just whatever. I wanted to have the experience, but that's okay. I had the experience and made it pretty far, just not as far as I wanted to. But that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I think so too.
Good. And then that's pretty much the end of auditioning. I mean, auditioning for schools. That was the next thing. Like for college, I was auditioning for a school in Zurich and didn't get in there. And that was a different reaction from my end, though. That was not like,
not
life goes
only
on.
you again. I think they were just again managing it very, very poorly. Huh? The people there were managing it poorly.
Okay, how so?
The reasons they gave you not to move on with you, huh? Oh, you are too young, you are like too bubbly, too happy, too
much.
too much. You were just too much for them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, we really like you and we'll take you in 2 years. Please come
Exactly.
audition again in 2 years. And I'm like, we're talking about the music industry here. The younger, the better.
Yeah.
Like, and times are changing very much so now with social media. But back then, you know, more than 10 years ago, 11 years ago, that was still very much, you know, the younger, the better. And they were like, no, come back in 2 years. You're too young. I'm like, what? And also, what do you want me to do for 2 years? I'm not just going to wait around and not do anything for 2 years. That's not good. So I was also there, made it to the last round of auditions. I even took a written test, like a music theory test, a performance test, a songwriting test, like everything, and made it to the very last round. But then, you know,
And I think the last round were like 3 of you only, huh?
Yeah.
Left there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, like the reasons they gave you, huh? I think they were ridiculous, huh?
Yeah, but
I mean, it has to have something to do with quality, because personality and so is always important in business, huh?
yeah.
But of course, personality comes with quality, and they didn't lose a word about quality or whatever. It was just, come back in 2 years.
Yeah. Well, see, I think because the guy they ended up choosing, because the school, they only accept one singer per year, and that's it. And so the guy they ended up choosing was 20. And I think what happened there was exactly what happened with me. He auditioned earlier as well. This wasn't his first audition. And they told him to come back later. And then they have to take him if they told him to come back later, right? So it's like, this system makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And you can't just, you know, keep blaming the situation or whatever, right? You have to take responsibility as well. But it is what it is. But I was upset on the train ride home because they told me right then and there, like on my last day of auditions, they told me right then and there, we're not going to take you. We're going to go with somebody else. So on the train ride home, I was like, oh my gosh, I only auditioned for this one school. It is spring and I'm in my senior year. I don't know what I'm going to be doing now because I didn't get into that one school I auditioned for. So I graduated high school not knowing what I was going to do. Whoopsie. Maybe don't do that. Maybe don't be so cocky. So yeah, that was definitely a more disappointing reaction there on my end than with the talent shows.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's also like Switzerland. You have like one opportunity per year only to study what you wanted to study.
Yeah. No, all of Switzerland. There was the
all of
one
Switzerland.
school.
There is one school with one singer.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's crazy.
And that's it. That's crazy.
And that is why I ended up leaving and went to the US and auditioned for schools there and got in there because so many more opportunities there.
Exactly.
So, yeah. We looked at all different kinds of schools, even in England, I think, as well.
In
maybe
England,
in
Germany, I think in Hamburg and in Freiburg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember there were 2 schools,
Yeah.
England, a couple schools, but England was a no-go for you.
Awful weather. I can't go sit in the rain. I say we are currently sitting in the rain here, but it's okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
I ended up going to the US.
Yeah.
I auditioned in the summer and got accepted for the fall semester. So that all happened really quickly then, which was cool.
I think when did you finish school? July you finished
July,
school?
yeah.
And you started in September? Yeah, in September.
Yeah, but I was auditioning during summer break. So I was auditioning in July. And then they were like, yep, you can come in September. I was like, all right, cool. So moved to New York and that was fun.
Exactly. Cool.
I love it. Well. Let's read some of these stories here because there's some really crazy stuff in here. I read these in January. It is now July. I read these a really long time ago, but I remember both of them and I was like, oh my gosh. And let me just...
It's actually August.
Oh, it's August already. That's right. Oh, it is already August. You are right. Oh my goodness. Because yesterday was August 1st, which is Switzerland's birthday. How old is Switzerland now? 700 something years?
734 years.
How do you know that?
Because it's founded in 1291.
Aha. And Poppy is very good at math, like mental math, doing math in his brain. It's incredible what he can do. And I'm always like, yeah, I am not my father's
Used
daughter
to
in
do.
that way, in that sense. I'm terrible at math, but it's okay. Anyways, I have two.
And that's why you ended up in music.
That's why I ended up in music.
Because I remember when you graduated, you said, that's the last time in my life I touched a maths book or learned anything about maths over.
Yeah, but then in college I had to do math again.
Yeah.
But then I didn't ever do it again.
You do it every day now with your little business, huh?
Oh, sure. But it's very different than like algebra and geometry and all that stuff. My math is very, very simple. Addition and percentage calculation. I have to do that as well.
You see? Yeah,
Look
you
at
have
me.
to do budgets and stuff. And
Yeah, no, I don't do that. I probably should. So the title of this story here is, Am I the a-hole for making my daughter sing at our cruise talent show? Okay. And then we have to give a verdict as well. Is this person an a-hole or did they do everything right? Okay. Alrighty. To note, we are not stage parents. Our children tell us their interests and we support them in pursuing it. So before you read the rest, this is not the same effort to exploit our kid or make her a star. My wife, 49 female, and I, 51 male, are on a cruise with our two children, 13 female and 7 male. Our daughter, Allison, is an aspiring singer and has been taking voice lessons for the past year. Oh, she started at the same age I did, 12. And yeah, I was almost 13. But anyways, love it. Okay, one night, my wife saw they had a karaoke night and asked Allison if she wanted to try. She said yes. We went to karaoke, which was a dance floor in the middle of one of the cruise's bar/restaurant, and she chose Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, one of the songs she studied with her teacher. Instead of our advice to leave it all on the stage, she instead clammed up and mumbled her way through the song. Nothing like what she can do. So it sounds like she was very, very nervous.
yeah.
I was really disappointed in her that she decided to take the cowardly route. That's a very strong word. And backed out of giving a full performance. When we got back to the hotel room, I told her the same. From what I remembered, I said it was something like, Allison, what was that? You know you can do better than this. The night ended on a sour note as my wife and I more or less repeated the same, and we all went to bed. The next morning, things were kind of tense in the air, and my wife had a long talk with her about pushing her sound out and not shrinking away. She had to go stand on our room's balcony and sing a song, facing away from us, facing the ocean. She had a pep talk lesson to embrace her voice and use it. So they made her get out on the balcony and sing to the ocean as
For
a
me,
lesson.
so far it's clear for me.
No, I know. We have just a little bit more. A night or so later, we found out that the cruise also hosts a talent show, so we recommended it for Allison to try it again, this time an opera song, Caro mio ben. She has been studying. She said yes, but I want to make sure I'm not the a-hole. What do you think?
They are.
Really?
The parents, unbelievable, aren't they?
Oh my God.
I mean, if she wants to sing and she goes on stage and then is nervous and can't perform, I mean, you are not like putting pressure on her. Huh? I mean,
that only makes it
totally
worse.
the wrong thing to do. Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, don't put pressure. Huh?
I mean, how scary is it?
Support her and help her and tell her
Yeah.
good things, huh? Positive things, and not like. I mean, the positive thing was that she went up to stage. She wanted to do it
Yes.
by herself, but then all the rest is just BS.
Because it is so hard and nerve-wracking to
Yeah.
do something like this as a 13-year-old
Yeah.
kid. She had the guts to do it, got a little nervous. It
all
was
natural.
probably her first time performing,
It's
or
all
maybe her
natural,
second,
yeah.
but whatever. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you for doing that. Good job. Like, yes, you were nervous.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like, that was perfect. You don't have to do that. But she did her best and you support her. And then when you make her feel good about it, she can then start becoming more confident and like, all right, yes, let's do this again. And she will slowly but surely come out of her shell more.
Exactly.
And then the lesson to banish her to the balcony
and sing to the ocean now, bullshit.
What the heck? How stupid is that?
No. I mean, the verdict is clear, huh?
Oh my God, what an a-hole. And it's not just the dad, because it sounds like this was the dad writing this.
No, but the mom was involved there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this girl is not singing anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
Huh?
Yeah, and that's so sad. It's just really heartbreaking because...
And then the parents say, oh, we are not stage parents and all that. But I mean, still they are looking for something in their daughter which they couldn't be, huh?
Yeah.
Put pressure on her. Absolutely.
Perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
It's so sad because we deal with singers that have experienced some sort of trauma like this all the time. And they're like, I haven't sung since I was 15 and I'm now 45. And it's just like, oh man, just because they had one bad experience or somebody said something mean and whatnot. So, a-hole parents, don't do that again.
Exactly.
And the verdict on Reddit was also a-hole. So
I can imagine.
Yep. Alrighty, well, that's pretty clear. Other story, this one's a little different. Alrighty. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter she is a bad singer and won't let her be in a singing competition? So the title is like, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. But let's read the story, see what happens. I know how this looks, but please hear me out. This is also a throwaway. Like the account is a throwaway, meaning they just created the account to write that story and then deleted it again. Okay. My daughter, Layla, is going to be a junior next year. So that's the second to last year of high school. And ever since she was little, she loved watching shows like American Idol, The Voice, etc., and dreams of being a famous singer. While I think it's all well and good to sing as a hobby, she's simply not good at music. Layla has a rather high-pitched voice, kind of like a cartoon or a young toddler. And when she sings, it sounds like nails on a chalkboard. And I'm certain she's tone deaf because she insists her voice is not high at all. I know that's awful as a mom to say, but it's true. We even hired a vocal coach before COVID, and the lady outright told me she felt guilty about taking my money because she simply has no musical talent, in her words. Oh, that's heartbreaking. She loves to sing at family events, and it always results in chuckles at best or insults at worst from younger kids. She's always kept her head up, though, and never let these comments get to her, which I admire a lot, but I wish she had more realistic adult plans by now. Because remember, she's like 17, 18, something like that. Layla's grades have been struggling for years, mostly D's, and we argue about it all the time. Her excuse is always, I don't need to learn this because I will be a famous singer. This obsession has become a legitimate problem because she shoots down anything unrelated to singing when it comes to thinking about college or a job, which she also insists she will never need because she will one day become a world famous singer. Today, I told her she should be looking for a summer job, and again, she refused and said now that she's old enough, she wants to audition for a singing competition, undecided on which one. I know these shows, most of them will have poor singer audition only to mock them on TV. We have that here in Switzerland and Germany as well, or Germany mostly. I am not letting that happen to Layla, and I told her I am no longer tolerating this obsession and that she needs to apply herself in other areas soon if she hopes to get any sort of career, because she simply is not a good singer. She started bawling and called me an abusive mother. I feel like an a-hole now and am not sure if I should have handled it differently. So, am I the a-hole?
No.
Yeah.
No.
This is a tough situation.
It's
I agree.
a tough situation, but I would say no, because the mother tries to do expectation management.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
The mother tries to do the best for her daughter, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she can continue taking voice lessons if the mother can afford it, huh?
Yeah.
Or the family can afford it. And maybe she can be a comedian one day, with her bad voice. I don't know. But don't really, I mean, just let her go away with that dream, and not do anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, that even if you are a very talented singer, you shouldn't let somebody go away with just following that route and nothing else and not having an alternative.
Yeah.
That's more my point, because things can happen in your career, whatever.
It's so,
and I mean, it's so
luck.
It's luck. And so, I mean, and if your like bass is as bad as apparently it is here with this girl, I mean, it's like me. I want to become a famous singer. Yeah, no way. No way. I can dream about it as much as I want, but I can just not sing. And period. That's it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you really have to find a way to tell your girl what she has to do, or show her alternatives, really find alternatives, find another passion, find another interest.
Yeah.
She can really move forward. But I think that's the job of parents in any case.
Yeah.
Find out where the heart is at the end of the day. Okay, her heart seems to be in singing only. But maybe, I don't know, maybe her heart is also in horses and whatsoever, something girly.
It is hard when where your heart is, like you say, like your passion, what you really want to do, is not where you're excelling at, right? Where it's like, nope, not quite. But also, I have to say too, the mom, like was supportive in the sense of like, all right, let's get you enrolled in some voice lessons because we need some training here. This is not gonna work, right?
That's good.
But she didn't say that from the beginning. It's like, yeah, let's get you some voice lessons. And I think that's a great step. What I don't find so great is what the voice teacher said. And she said, like, I feel bad for taking your money because this girl has zero musical talent.
But I'm quite sure she told that to the mother and not to the kid.
Of course.
So,
I would hope so.
I mean,
oh my
because
gosh.
I think it's also the voice teacher's responsibility to inform the parents if they feel like this is an absolute waste of money.
Yes. So,
but you can say in a way, I'm not sure the voice teacher didn't say that in this way that, I feel bad to take your money. But for sure, the voice teacher more said, hey, I mean, this is going to be a long, tough road here. And the success is very unlikely. That, I mean, the chances are like with everybody, but even a little bit slimmer than with everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you can say. And I'm sure the voice teacher was not so blunt and just said, forget it.
You'd be
I
surprised.
feel bad. Really?
There are quite a few people that would
Okay.
do something like that. So I think as a voice teacher myself, I think it's also a part of expectation management that we have to do all the time as well.
Sure.
Unless the person literally cannot match pitch and also cannot hear when I am not matching pitch with something, if that's the case, I would have to be like, hey, it looks like we have a case of like true tone deafness. This goes beyond my expertise. Like, I don't know how to help you in this case. I would love for you to go like find somebody else who maybe, specializes in pitch, because that's the foundation, right? Like pitch has to be there. If you can't sing the right notes, it's going to be really difficult. And so, like I would refer to somebody else, but like be like, I can't help you with this. But if that's not the case, if they can hear or they just need a lot of training, I will be upfront and tell them, look, we can do this, but it's going to be probably 6 months of doing stuff you don't want to do, and you're going to get annoyed and you're not going to want to do it, but you have to do this stuff and it's boring as heck. But that's how you're going to get better. And then once we get beyond that hurdle, then it starts getting fun. But it's going to be not so fun for a long time. Do you want to do this? I will help you if the answer is yes. If not, all right, then I can't help you.
Yeah, but that's said in a professional way.
Yeah, that's how it should be done. I
Yeah,
think.
that's how it should be done. You explain it in a professional way. And Yeah, I mean, I was expecting that the voice teacher told that the mother in a quite a professional way as well.
I hope so, yeah.
And not just say, oh, forget your kid.
Yeah.
Better
Keep your money.
Yeah, keep your money. Spend it for a nice piece of clothes, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's tough when your kid wants to do something and it's like there's no way in hell this is gonna work. It's tough for the parent, but I think at some point you do have to put your foot down. Especially this girl is gonna be, just one more year in school. She has to figure out, does she want to go to college? Like, what does she want to do? Because it's just like you said, even if she has a ton of talent and is an amazing singer, you can't just be like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to become a world famous singer. It's just very unlikely.
Very, very unlikely, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
What would you have done had this been the case for me or for Nico? Nico's a race car driver and maybe he loved it, but was just always in the back of the races, was not doing a good job. What would you have done?
Not paying anymore.
There you go.
No,
cutting you off.
It's really true.
Yeah.
It's really true. Because then you tell him, hey, now it's your time to figure out how you can do racing. I mean, how you can afford it and how you can go for it.
Yeah.
And we never had a plan B with either of you, with you or with Nico.
Yeah.
It was always going this one route, but always with milestones.
Mm-hmm.
Always with milestones. Because you say, okay, the next year, then there is a milestone. And then there is a milestone again. And if this milestone is missed, then you need another plan.
Yeah.
And I think this is legitimate if you do it this way.
Yeah.
So you can focus on what you do and what you want to do and what you love to do.
Mm-hmm.
So plan B from beginning on, or having like plan A, B, C, D, and try to pursue all of them, will not work out either.
Yeah.
That will not work out either. So, but you have to have the milestones, and apparently here, I mean, you can set milestones with that girl as well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if she doesn't find voice teachers anymore which want to teach her, that's probably also a sign and a milestone in her career as a singer.
Yeah.
It can be a milestone, as you said. Maybe she has to go to a doctor and find out what is wrong with her. I mean, are her ears good enough? Is her hearing good enough for singing? Because apparently she feels that she has a good voice and everybody else tells something else.
Yeah.
So that's also a milestone. And then from there you can take decisions. Oh, maybe she needs therapy. Maybe she needs specialists whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it clicks and it goes. So you need milestones in your life and move forward. And a plan A is the strongest plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Good advice. Noting that in my brain. I'm noting that in my brain. So overall, would you recommend to parents, if their kid wants to do a talent show, would you recommend they let their kid try, or would you be like, stay away from those shows?
No, I mean, their kids can try, but like really prepare them for it. Don't like encourage them and tell them, oh, when you come back you will be the star and you will have 2 million followers on Instagram and all that, and your life is going to be easy and you'll
be
just
star,
take a couple pictures and that's it. And so do manage the expectations. Your own expectations first of all. I think lots of parents have problems with managing their own expectations. I mean, they see the star in their kid. Because I can understand that. I never saw the star in the kid. I always had the love for my kids and tried to make things for them possible. And at the end of the day, when they're successful, you're happy, you're even proud. But hey, it's the kids, it's not me. You make it for them and not for yourself. And the parents, they try to do it for themselves, for the missed career, for the missed dreams which never came through or whatsoever. but it's really, you do it for the kids, and you are there for your kids when you have kids. Otherwise, better don't have kids.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, I am very lucky to have such wonderful parents. So supportive and not, too pushy, but also, like,
you
go
can
do this.
expect a commitment then. I mean, when you give the opportunity to your kids to do something, you expect commitment.
Yeah.
You expect that they work for that.
Yeah.
And not, and that's another milestone. If you see like them not being interested anymore, do other stuff. Why do you want to spend your money for that? Then you have to give them a reality check.
Yeah.
Very important. Reality is tough.
Raising kids sounds hard. I don't know if I'm cut out for that. It sounds so hard.
I think it's not hard at all.
No?
No. I never felt it is hard. Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I enjoyed it. And I still enjoy it today with you and with Nico. And
that's because I am an angel.
You are an angel. Absolutely. You are an angel. And Nico is an angel too.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you raised us to be angels.
No, I think Mom did it mainly.
Mommy did, yes.
Mom did it mainly. I think
it takes two, though.
Because she is the angel in the family.
Oh, I think we're all just little angels.
Yeah, you are. But yeah, I'm not really an angel.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I love it.
Yeah. But we are fortunate because we as parents, we don't struggle in our life. So it's much easier then to give your kids opportunities and help them to fulfill dreams and all that.
Yeah.
Because we were always on the sunny side or on the lucky side of life.
Yeah. Yeah, that is
very true. We started with nothing, and but we were lucky. And
hardworking.
Yeah, but luck is like the most important. You can be hardworking and work 3 jobs and you still don't get anywhere.
Yes, that is very true.
That is very true. So you have to have luck as well in life. And if you have that luck, then it's the best if you share it with your kids.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we do. And we are sure that once we are not on the lucky side anymore, we have our kids, which will help us go through.
Yes, but we are staying on the lucky side.
Yes, sure.
Let's stay there, putting out good voodoo juice to stay on the lucky side of life. Yeah. That's very true. That's very true. But I'm just very fortunate to be born in this family and have such great support.
I think
because there's other families that are very well off and also on the lucky side, but the parents are for some reason still just not happy or not supportive. And even I see this with Grant, actually. He's like, oh man, I just really hope that whenever we have kids, that our kids don't want to go into racing or music, because I'm going to have to tell them that it's possible because both you and your brother did it. And I don't want to have to deal with that. But obviously he would support, because I would be like, no, we're doing this because my parents let me do it. We're doing the same.
Yeah.
But he's an engineer and very much more like the traditional route. So yeah, he struggles with that a little bit.
Yeah, he struggles with that thought. But at the end of the day, you want the best for your kids.
Oh, of course.
And if you can afford it, you do it. I think is my philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you try to make it possible.
Well, and luckily these talent shows, they're free or very, very, very cheap.
Yeah.
So it is an experience that you can give your children for almost nothing, or nothing, like monetary wise. So let them try it and see how it goes. And I totally understand this mom not wanting her daughter to do it because she was scared that they're going to use her as a bad example on TV.
Exactly.
And I get that they want to be protective of that. But then you can just audition for shows that don't have that aspect. For example, The Voice doesn't have that. They don't have the bad auditions where they make fun of the singer or whatever. So just guide your kid towards a show that doesn't have that, maybe. So they still get the feedback from professionals. They still get the no there, but there's no risk of them being humiliated on TV in front of the entire country.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I love it.
And what I see, if parents are not allowing their kids to do that, is mostly because they don't want to compromise their own life. Just another little thought here.
Okay.
Because if you support your kids, that means a lot of compromises with your own life, with your own activities, with your own interests.
Yeah.
If the kids are moving deeper and deeper into something, then it means more commitment from parents.
Yeah.
Even if you are on the sunny side of life, monetary wise, if you have lots of money and all that. But the self-love they have for their own hobbies, activities, and so on, sometimes really prevents them from supporting the kids. The journey is for me, it was more about the journey and not about the result. Because the journey was interesting too for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets me out of my boring life.
Your everyday, daily life.
Every day, daily job, everything. And the journey there, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you were more with mom in New York, all that, or she visited you like every 3 minutes she could. She was in New York.
I was in New York I was in New York 18 months, 1.5 years, and we were just talking about this. She came to visit me 7 times.
Okay, you see.
In 1.5 years, which is a lot, flying across the Atlantic back and forth.
And for her, it was the best time in her life.
Yeah,
like experiencing that with you. I spent 20, 30 weekends a year with Nico on the racetracks for many, many years.
Yeah.
And so that was the journey. And now you are independent, Nico is independent, and now we can live our life again.
Yeah.
So it's all good, it's all fine. And we can enjoy it from far. It's even better.
Yeah, exactly. But you enabled us to get here. So
yeah, but we can enjoy it from far, and we can still live our life at the fullest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you for all the sacrifices you made,
Ah,
for all the support you gave us, for driving me to auditions, talent shows, setting expectations so that I wouldn't be so disappointed. It really worked. It really worked.
It worked. Yeah, it worked.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank
but
you.
we knew it's going to work out.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you so much, Poppy, for joining me for this episode. I appreciate it. And that's it, right? Anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay.
It's all fine.
Love you, Poppy.
Love you, Lara.
Thank you.
Love
thank
you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. And until then, check out the links for some resources. We'll see you there. Alrighty. Bye.